everyone, it's Jessica here with another layout for Shimmerz design team. Today I'm pairing this up with 30 days of sketches with my sketch for day 4. So I've got these cute little beach photos of me and my one son and my daughter at the beach, and that's what I'm going to use today, along with 4 or 5 different colors here of Shimmerz. So I've got 4 pots here that I'm going to be using today, a couple shades of blue, a pink, and a yellow. I know the yellow is called Bumbly Bee, but I'll link the other colors down below. I think the one blue is like a pole blue. I can't remember the colors offhand, and it's so small on my screen whenever I do the editing that it's hard for me to remember what I actually used until I go back and actually look. So I'll link them in the description for you below. But what I'm doing here is I am applying this in a different way today, just to show some versatility with these products, that you can actually use an acrylic block with these and just apply some of that product from the little Shimmerz pots directly onto your acrylic block, and then you can just smush it right onto your paper. Now I have prepped this paper with some clear gesso first. That way I had a nice base on my white paper to hold up to all of these wet mixed medias. And then I'm just applying them here with my clear block. So super simple and easy. I'm going to add some dimension to it by just flicking on some splatters with all the colors, just to break them up a little bit and add a little bit more dimension. And then I'm just kind of going to dab up where that yellow one is heading into the blue here, so it doesn't get a big kind of just so it doesn't get a big mess there. It will fade together and create kind of a greenish color, but I don't mind that because I like the blending of the colors. I'm just breaking up these colors with some whites of their eyes Shimmerz, and that one's in the spray bottle there, but I just unscrew it and just use it to flick it on with some, just add some splatters. So here is some little splatters of the yellow as well. I've added some pink too at the bottom. I've kind of wanted to pair my colors up and keep the pink and yellow together at the bottom section and the blues together at the top. I have that sketch design that I'm using today, so I'm going to cut some paper strips here in a moment and add those to my page, but I'm going to set this aside to dry a little bit right now. That way some of those pools can dry. If you're impatient, you can dry it up with a paper towel, but that will take away the vibrancy of those colors and it will dull them down quite a bit, but that's okay if that's your thing. So if you want them to be a little bit more kind of subtle mixed media, then you can dry it with a paper towel. I've got some tissue paper here I'm going to create some layers under my photo with, and I am going to just start layering this up with some various bits and pieces from the Fun in the Sun collection by Pebbles. So I'm just going to glue all of these layers together. I'm just going to rough up the edges with my fingertips here with my fingernails. I'm not going to use my edge distressor on those today, and I'm just going to rough them up just with my fingernails. So I've got many layers that I'm adding here, but I love a lot of layers on these photos, and apparently talking's hard today. It's early in the morning. I'm trying to get some videos edited, and I am just struggling today. I've got all of these little papers from the smaller paper pad from this collection, so I'm not busting out any large papers unless I already have scraps in my stash here. So I'm just layering all of these up. I love the way that that looks, and I'm going to actually tack together my photos here in a second so they stay together the way that I want them to look. And I'm going to rough up all of the edges using my edge distressor on all of these little sunburst rays. My sketch design has a kind of like a half color wheel, or like a quarter of it, but on both sides of the photos. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to follow my sketch pretty closely. I have cut that border strip for the top. This is just a scallop border die from Hey Little Magpie in the UK, and I cut one of those with my Big Shot machine to use from one of these patterns as well. And then here I'm just staggering my little color wheel pieces. So I've just cut some little triangles, nothing fancy, didn't measure them or anything like that. So they're not perfect, they're kind of wonky, but that's what I was going for when I created the sketch anyways. So I am just layering these up on my page, and then I'm just going to press them down. So my mixed media is not completely dry yet, but it's pretty dry. So I'm just fluffing these edges up a little with my fingertips, just kind of getting a little bit of lift on the page. And there's my photos. That's kind of how it's going to look. And I love the way that's looking with that mixed media just peeking out around it. And I have my title here that I'm going to use with these little puffy title bits. I'm just going to use the title that says Sandy Toes and Salty Kisses. Now, we aren't at the beach at the ocean. This is just a local beach to us. So it is freshwater, but so I guess it's not technically salty, but you know what? It's fine. I'm going to use that as my title, and I think it looks super cute. I'm going to use some 3D foam tape to actually pop up my photo and give that some dimension so I can tuck some embellishments out around it. So I'm just cutting off strips here of my foam tape and just sticking that down on the back side of my photo. Then I'll peel off all the backings and I'll get it stuck down to my actual page. I'm going to grab a whole bunch of embellishments from this collection and just start embellishing around my photo. You can see my nails are pretty fresh. I just got them done the other day. They are super, super bright. I swear, I think they glow in the dark. But they don't, for real. But I feel like they do. They're so, so bright. And I'm used to having really dark nails, so it's really an adjustment for me. But I figured summer was coming, so why not have something bright and fun, right? So I've got some embellishments here. I'm just pulling off the sticker sheet. I'm going to use those flowers, but I wanted to grab some glue dots and some thread to put behind there. I love adding texture with thread and little bits behind my embellishments. So this is a great way to do that. So I'm just taking a nice long strip of thread and just twirling it into kind of loops and circles in behind that embellishment, and then I put some more glue dots on there to kind of hold everything in place and secure it down to my page. I'm going to do the same thing up here, except I'm going to add some foam tape to this one to give it some dimension so it matches with my photos because they're popped up. And then I'll add a little bit of thread in behind here, but I'm going to actually attach that to the sun because I have to attach him to the page yet. So I'm just going to attach that down with the sunshine there. So I used some blue for that one to go with my blue mixed media up here. And I used some yellow at the bottom one. And I'm going to add some more, I think, on that left side too, because it looks a little bare there. So I'm going to add a little bit more something right here in that section. So I'm just going to dig through these embellishments. I'm going to add a few more things and finish this up. And then I'll stop in at the end and show you the finished layout. the finished layout. I love how this one came together with that beautiful mixed media just poking through. I'll link all the colors that I've used down below, and if you do place an order, be sure to use my name Jessica in the notes to get a free gift along with your order. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for being here. I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.